Alright, so gentlemen and ladies, Jackie, and welcome back. I it's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually spoken on YouTube, I think it was, and yeah, I'm back here on Xbox, as you can see. But what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna begin to download um Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, and it's a game that I'm kind of familiar with. I watched someone play it a bit, but yeah. Um, but basically, what I wanted to do was talk to you guys and gals about kind of like the things that I've enjoyed doing. Because it has been like a really long time since I've actually spoken, and as you can see, I'm actually in my bedroom. I've got my mirror here, right? um, and if you look like above my head, you can actually see like drawing, sorry, drawings that I have made, like for my channel, and it's been really good. I've actually yesterday, um, something very big happened. I was at school yesterday, and that was like the final, like kind of official time I've been at school. So it, and we were like allowed to get into fancy dress, and we had like this whole assembly like dedicated to our 5 years at this school, and it was like the greatest time. Like the amount of like different costumes that people had, and like the things that teachers the teachers had provided with us was absolutely incredible. Like we had uh like the new to kind of old school photos that we did, like when we were like 11 years old, and just to like look back upon it in such a way that just makes you feel so nostalgic. It it's just one of the best feelings. But what I wanted to basically talk about more was kind of what I've been enjoying doing. Oh, where should I begin? It's been a great like last 5 months, to be honest. I think I've had a lot of good and great support from you guys and gals over on YouTube. With the amount of subscribers, we've made it up to 57. So in itself is pretty good, and we've hit 17,000 views, I think, in total, which is pretty astounding, to be honest, in my opinion. Um, well, I think what kind of set the bar rolling on my channel was me making better quality videos. Like, they're not the greatest quality ever, but they're definitely, different to the ones I did before. And a video that I made about 9 months ago, that I think it was Night Shift at Freddy's, and that was the very first video that I recorded like on my computer with recording software. to like properly record the screen. And at first I was like really struggling, but then like out of just general testing and you know I got the hang of it, and over these past few months I've been playing like definitely a lot of these Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. Not all the time, but throughout like these periods I've played loads and loads of fan games dedicated to that old Five Nights at Freddy's. And I have played, you know, the original Five Nights at Freddy's as well. Um, but I think actually Five Nights at Freddy's in itself has gotten quite bad, to be honest, because since I've recorded you know, Night Shift at Freddy's like 9 months ago. Since then, Sister Location has been released, and that game has like taken a completely different step to that of Five Nights at Freddy's, in my opinion. And just because of like how different it is, um, like the formula is different. Um, oh, Blood Dragon has just finished downloading, so I'm gonna keep talking now. Um, so basically, why I think that Sister Location is probably one of the more interesting, legitimate Five Nights at Freddy's games, even though it is a spin-off. Um, it's still, you know, set in that of the same universe as the first four Five Nights at Freddy's games. In my opinion, I think it's good to see like this other kind of section from the other games. Like, it's good to see like what else is happening in this universe of Five Nights at Freddy's. But yeah, but the way that Sister Location is kind of scary is the way that I think more so how it kind of builds it up in some senses, just because excuse me, just because of like it starts off quite, you know, normal on like the first night, nothing really happens, but as like time goes on it becomes much more scary, and much more morbid and creepy, like with the occurrences of like how you're caught by the animatronics and um captured. It's definitely a very interesting game. But when people discovered the secret room and like how close it is to that of the very first Five Nights at Freddy's game, or any of the other games before it, it definitely, you know, brings back that nostalgia of you know, 1 to 2 years ago. Um, but yeah, I think Sister Location Custom Night as well. That was definitely something that I found quite interesting as well, just purely because of like how strategic and how much concentration you have to go through to beat these nights. Um, yeah, Golden Freddy mode. Good God, that was probably one of the most difficult like challenges I've ever had to face on this channel, because I had to like keep restarting it like over and over and over again. It was just it was just something that I really struggled with within that game, but I made it, thank God. But overall, that game was really, really good in my opinion. Definitely with the kind of like the reverse theme, like you know, in normal Five Nights at Freddy's, you have to listen, you know, to the guy on the phone for the advice, but it doesn't tell you it directly. It just kind of says it. It just tells you it quite briefly. In some senses, like in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, it doesn't give the fact that Foxy can run at you, even though that's the only thing he does. You know, it doesn't. It just states the fact that if you don't keep an eye on him, he's going to get out. But it doesn't say that he will run at you. You know. But I think that's what makes Five Nights at Freddy's itself quite charming, to be honest. But yeah, when it definitely came to Sister Location and the fact that your mentor, like the hand unit guy, you have to go like completely against him. It's and you have to like listen to the animatronics. It's interesting because it's been completely turned on its head in this sense. Just it and and Sister Location itself was probably one of the most hyped games I have seen for years, to be honest. That besides, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5, but yeah. Anyone excited for Grand Theft Auto 6? I don't know if it's gonna come out on my console though, but yeah. So yeah, I don't really have much else to talk about, to be honest. It's been a very eventful 9 months to nearly a year. So yeah, I don't really have what else to say, to be honest. So I want to thank you guys and gals so much for watching, and if you have enjoyed today's video, please hit that like, subscribe, and please comment. And you know, take a look at my other videos as well. I think you'll definitely enjoy them, and I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Yeah. So I thank you guys and gals so much for watching, and goodbye.